Hey everybody, Sons of Sarah here, bringing you another Dragon Age Inquisition tip video. Today, I am actually going to be going over a way with you guys to get essentially unlimited Fade-Touched Obsidian. Now, even later on in the game, this material is pretty much going to be invaluable to you. There are a few more materials that you might end up preferring a little bit more, but Fade-Touched Obsidian, it actually gives you 3 guard per hit when you equip it into your Masterwork slot when you are crafting schematics. Now, I'm playing through with a rogue. Some of you who watched a couple of my other videos know that currently I'm playing through as a rogue on a nightmare playthrough. So there's a lot of things that I'm finding that I'm having to pay real close attention to during doing things in a very specific order that I really didn't have to pay attention to before, just because the difficulty is so much greater. Now, obviously, in order to do this, there's a couple things that you're going to have satisfied as far as prerequisites. Number one, you're going to have to be at Skyhold, only because before you get to Skyhold, it's probably not too likely that you're going to have unlocked enough of the perks, the Inquisition perks, to acquire the Deft Hands Fine Tools perk, which you do need to unlock this door. Now, once you get into the hinterlands here in Redcliffe Village, you're going to see here where I'm going. We're just going to go right up here to the left, and you're going to find this little cabin up here. Now, inside the cabin, you're going to see a chest. There's 3 things inside. You're going to find obsidian, fade-touched obsidian, and some gold. Now, it's very important. Only take 2 of the things out of the chest. Take the gold, take the fade-touched obsidian, and leave the obsidian, or leave the gold. It doesn't matter. But as long as you only take 2, you leave that chest active. Now, leaving that chest active means that you can come back there again and get the same materials out of that chest that we just took out of there. Now, I'm not going to go back to Skyhold and then back to the hinterlands, because you can figure that out on your own. I'm just going to go straight back to Skyhold. But that's how you do it. You just need to travel out of the hinterlands after you take the 2 items out of that chest. Travel anywhere else in the game. Doesn't matter as long as it's out of the hinterlands. And then go back to the chest and repeat the exact same steps again. And you will basically keep getting unlimited Fade-Touched Obsidian. And my personal tip to you would be to acquire as much of that as you can and put it in every single character's weapon slot. It's basically going to make them a walking tank. They're not going to take nearly as much damage, especially later on if you're playing on a higher difficulty, dragon battles, things like that. Some of the very first ones that you're going to get into, that's going to be invaluable to you. It's going to save you a lot of frustration and a lot of heartache. And it's going to be a great thing for you to use. Now, what I am going to show you here, for those of you that aren't extremely familiar with the Masterwork crafting, I am just going to briefly show you what that Fade-Touched Obsidian does. And I'll show you my character and the schematic that I've crafted. Now, if any of you watched one of my previous videos, I kind of went over a very brief strategy for getting some of the high-level schematics in the Hissing Wastes as soon as you can. And obviously the idea behind that, as I explained before in my previous video, was just to acquire the best schematics as early as possible so you can use them. And you'll actually see here that I've done that. You'll see the bow that I actually have here, the schematic for the bow, and you'll now see the Fade-Touched Obsidian. Obviously on hit you gain 3 guard. And that was a Masterwork spiked longbow. That, aside from the DLC, that's the best bow schematic you can get in the game. And obviously the power is only limited by the materials that you have, and I'm limited because I'm only level 12 and I haven't got that far into my playthrough. But you can see here on hit, 3 guard, does 128 damage, and for a level 12, that's not that bad. Had I known about this little tip on my previous couple playthroughs, I would have done a lot better, but hopefully this saves you guys a lot of time and a lot of heartache. If you like the video, share it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great one.